Oh, why, hello. Welcome. You have found AverageZen
And AverageKid
presents Explain It Like I Am 7 Magic the Gathering Arena Tutorials, where we put the arena tutorials to the test, to the challenge of can you teach a 7-year-old Magic the Gathering on Arena? And so far, so good. We are on episode 3, so we must be making progress. If you haven't caught the first 2 episodes, might help. Please sit down with your young ones if you have them, or just sit, go and do some dishes or something and listen if you like. I promise we'll try to make it as informative and entertaining as possible. And this guy is ready to play some Magic the Gathering. Alright, so let's review what we've learned. We won't do a total review, just the last episode. We talked about abilities on creatures, namely things like flying and haste. And what does flying do? That's a pretty obvious one, right?
You can attack the person without being blocked, but if one card has reach or flying, then you can't do it.
Right. It can still be blocked. But and what is haste? What about haste?
It doesn't have summoning sickness.
Right, and what is summoning sickness?
It's where you can't play a card until your next turn.
Okay, you're close. You understand the concept, but it's when a creature comes into play, into the battlefield, the first time it comes in, it can't attack or tap. And tapping means it's being turned sideways and being used, right, for something like attacking or some other ability. Yeah. So if it has haste, then it doesn't have to worry about that. It can just do whatever it wants, right? Yeah, it can just go for it. No waiting. We like no waiting, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go and take a look, and we'll pick up kind of where we left off last time. Again, if you're going through the tutorial then you're going to find that you have to sit through it and kind of go through it all at once. Or if you want to do it in chunks, then you have to go back and go through the first few chapters to get back to where you were here. So we're going to catch up right before we ended the last session. And this is right after we just beat Mirbo, the goblin guy, and we learned about haste. And we learned about blocking and how we can block with more than one creature. Like if we're the ones being attacked, and we can block a creature with 2 or 3 or however many of our creatures, but we can only we can't like make. So who when we're being attacked, who decides what blocks? Can you say? This is probably something we should have covered, but it didn't really come up because it kind of explained it naturally on the game. But have you ever noticed that when we attack with our creatures, that we can't say we're attacking the other player's creatures? We can only say we're attacking the player, the other opponent. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is because the person that is on defense, the person that is being attacked, they get to decide if they want to block and with how many creatures. Okay? So that's why we have to think if we're making smart choices when we attack or not, because we have to do some math and figure out whether or not it's going to wind up with our creatures winning and us winning, or is it going to wind up with our creatures dead and our opponent coming in and beating us until we're dead. So we figured out how to beat Mirbo here, and we used some good tactics and good strategy So let's move on and see what the next step is. So let's hit that leave match orange thing there and see what they have to say to us now. All right, we got these new cards. Remember, we got these at the end of the last game, and that's why we talked about flying, even though we haven't seen any flying yet. But yeah, because we got these cards, that next game, next match, we can use those enchantments. That's a new card type for us, and that's going to give our, you remember it says enchant creature, what, right?
Enchanted creature gets +2/+2.
All right, so that's power and toughness. So
Like if it was added onto Sanctuary Cat, the damage would be 3,
That's
and the
right.
toughness would be.
Do you remember? Is Sanctuary Cat a 1/1 or a 1/2?
1/2.
Okay,
Which means 2 + 2 is 4, which means it has 4 toughness.
Okay, and then that other card that we just got, that gave something flying, and we just talked about what that is. He said, so Sparky says, follow me to Ixalan. There's a mystic there who spent most of his life studying the nuances of combat. So we're going to learn even more about combat. Let's go. We're up against Kalubi. Look at that blue, that's what they call a merfolk. He's kind of like an elf that lives underwater.
Okay, so we have a land.
Yeah, we got lands. All right, it says, if it is wisdom you seek, I will teach you. And Sparky says we should stay patient and keep an open mind. Okay, whenever we see a new creature, what's the first thing we should do before we do anything? Yeah, let's get information. Knowledge is power, right?
It's flying.
Okay, so that thing is flying, so that means we can't block it unless we have something with reach or something else with flying. Do we have anything with flying in our hand?
No.
No? Okay, well, then there's nothing we can do to block that, so we're just going to have to do what we can. All right, we can only play one land per turn.
And this needs 1 land, so we can play this.
There you go. And how about that? You were right about the power and toughness of that Sanctuary Cat.
I just guessed.
You just guessed? Oh, no, that was less impressive. You should never say you guessed. All right. Uh-oh. You just made they got one of those enchantment auras, too. And now that, yeah, so he says that bird can fly over any blockers on the ground. And now let's look at that enchantment. Why don't you right-click on that enchantment on the bird? Yeah, no, yeah, right-click on the bird.
Okay.
Right-click on the bird. Okay, now look here. See, that tells you, see how its power and its toughness changed? Okay, so see how it turned blue? The numbers are blue? And how ours is black on our cat? That tells you that those numbers are being changed by something. When they're blue like that, that tells you they're being changed by something. I think they're being changed by this aura, that enchantment. So let's, yeah, carefully, there you go. Now right-click on that. Yeah, so enchantment aura, so that sticks around, and it goes on.
Gets 1+1/1+1.
Okay, that's what's making it bigger. That's the way before it only had 1 power. Now it has 2. So that's going to kill us faster. So we need to do something.
Let's play land.
Yep, we said we should never miss a land drop. We need to get more lands so we can play more powerful spells.
We could play this. But we can't play this.
Not yet, no, but we can, yeah, and that's a good one. Now look here. We could, because it says enchant creature, we could put that on our opponent's creature, the Zephyr Gull, but that's not good for us. We don't want to make our opponent's stuff bigger. We want to make our stuff bigger, right?
So it's enchanted Sanctuary Cat.
But would you believe me if I told you there's crazy situations where you might want to make your opponent's stuff bigger? There's all sorts of crazy stuff that happens in this game. But guess what? We can attack for some damage now. Because they can't block because it's tapped, right? Because they had to tap to attack. All right. Oh, they got a bit. Let's look at that. What is that? Oh, it's a crab wearing a pirate hat. You see that?
A blue crab.
It's a blue crab wearing a pirate skull and hat. Isn't that crazy? But we should really pay attention to what is its toughness.
Let's see. 4, it can't attack.
No, it has no power, no attack.
But it has 4 toughness.
And what's our sanctuary cat's power?
4 toughness.
No, it's got 4 toughness, but what's its power?
3 toughness.
No, 3 power.
3 power.
Okay, so if we attack with our cat right now, what do you think's gonna happen?
He's gonna be at 1 life.
It'll block with that crab, yeah.
But we could take out him.
No, how are we gonna take that out? It's got flying. I know cats like birds, but we'd have to give it reach or give our cat flying.
So what? Oh, we can't forget the wind.
Yeah, don't forget that. Okay, so
We can play this.
Yeah, I don't think it does us any. So this is one of those cases here where it doesn't matter if we play that elephant now or after we attack, because we're not going to attack because there's no point.
What? Can we? We can attack him.
There's really no point, buddy. The only bad things can come from attacking at this point because they can block us and then nothing happens. But if we attack, what if they have a way to do something when we attack? All right, we don't want to give them any chance. Oh, what does it say?
Enchantment or
Enchant creature. Enchant when water not. Wait, that's the name of the card. So water knot. A knot with a K that's when you knot your shoes. Did you know that was spelled differently?
yeah, this K is just silent.
Yeah, it is a silent K.
Cannot.
That's correct. All right, so what does the rest of the card say? Now that we know the name of the card is water knot.
Enchant creature when water knot enters tap. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its
That's a new word, isn't it? Do you know what that is?
controller's
There you go.
untap
Step.
step.
All right, so what that means is you see how our guy's got chains on him now? That means as long as that aura, that enchantment is on him, he's not going to untap, which means he can't block and he can't attack.
Okay, then
Hey, what do we do first?
we cannot miss.
Yeah, no, we don't miss land drops in this family, not if we can help
Okay,
it.
we have 4.
We don't have enough for that yet, that's 5, but we do have enough for that. And yeah, there's no point in putting it on that other guy. He's locked up, he's in chains. But now our guy, you know what? So now, if we attack here and they block with that crab, what's going to happen?
We gotta kill him.
We're going to kill that crab, that pirate crab.
Oh, attack.
Arr. Arr, matey. Goodbye, crab. You were a worthy foe.
You know, he can
He's still hitting us in the... Yeah. He says, if you keep to the shallows, you'll never learn the secrets of the depths. Sparky says, wow, that sounds deep.
I get the joke
This
there.
guy, oh my goodness, another crab. Wouldn't you know it? All right, what do we do first?
Don't miss the land drop.
That's right. You know what? Sometimes actually it's...
We can play this now that we have 5.
Yeah, but first we need to decide if we're going to attack or not. Does it look okay to attack?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so let's play this.
No, we're in our attack step. You can't play that. We can only play creature spells during our main phase, before and after combat, after attack.
The crab got killed.
All right,
again.
all right. Now we can play it. All right?
Okay.
And you know what? That I told you a lie. If you don't need to play your land before combat, don't play it, because you're... Remember what I said? We want to give our opponent as little information as possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let them. That way, everything's a surprise. Oh, what's that card do?
Flying.
That's the flying one. How about that? So they have a 4/6 over here on the ground.
And this has flying. We can block it finally.
Yeah.
But should we play it?
I think so. I think we should definitely now. But which one? Do we put it on this guy or do we put it on our cat? I think we should put it on this guy. This cat's already big enough. I think we should have 2 big guys. Look at that. All right. So.
All attack.
No, well, let's think about this. If we attack with everybody, can we? And does that kill them? That's.
Let's see.
That's 6.
So,
What's 6 plus 11? What's 6 plus 5?
11.
And their life total is what?
12.
So that doesn't kill them. So that means they're gonna get another turn.
They're only got be at 1 life.
That's
though.
right. But okay, so before we attack though, we have to think about this. Okay, number 1, how much can they do to damage us on their turn? So right.
Zero. Toughness is 0.
Yeah, the enchantments, they don't have a power or toughness, just the creatures. Okay.
And this has 2.
That's got 2.
Toughness plus 4 equals 6.
No, power. Yeah, so that's 6 power. So that means they could deal 6 damage to us if we attack with everybody because we won't have anybody to block with.
2 plus 6 equals.
No, 2 plus 4. Because we're talking about their power. That's how they deal damage to us.
Oh, because I thought we were talking about this.
No, we're not talking about their defense. We know that if we attack with this guy, we can't kill that guy. Okay?
Well, if we can attack with all of them, we could kill both of them.
But what I'm saying, buddy, is they can't block our flying guy. Okay? But they can block our sanctuary cat. All right? And our sanctuary cat has got 5 power. And that Titanic that's a dinosaur, by the way. You like dinosaurs, right? Look at that. Yeah, we didn't even look at that yet.
Titanic.
Pelagosaur?
Creature dinosaur.
Nice. Yeah, so it's got a 6 toughness. That's very tough. We can't kill that with our cat, but we can fly over it. Okay? So I think we should just attack with the flyer and leave the cat on the ground. So we don't. No. See that? Bring the cat back. So this is one of those times where you don't want to do all attack. Okay, you just want to click on the one that you want to attack with.
Let's keep that one blue.
Yeah, let's keep that one back because he'll just block it, and then we won't be able to block his creature.
Or beating him by 3.
See, look now. Now we can block them. See?
So,
and our creature won't die. Theirs won't either, but we won't take 4 damage. We won't take 6 damage. We'll just take 2 in the air. That flyer.
let's
See?
go with all block.
Yeah, we should block with the kitty. Yeah, we can only block the dinosaur. We can't block the bird.
Because it's has flying.
That's
We're
right.
beating him
It says the
by
student is a river, the teacher is an ocean, the master is also an ocean.
1. That makes no sense.
Sparky says, wait, what? That last bit sounds a bit wonky. Oh, he's got another dinosaur.
It's the same one.
Sparky says, the mystic that she's thinking of isn't even a merfolk. So, who is this guy?
We have another one. Let's see. And
He's-
this is.
He says he was just
Nice
lonely.
play.
That's why he's fighting with us. Yeah, we should just okay. So
We have to play this.
yeah, we don't have a reason to be here anymore. This isn't the guy we were supposed to come see.
Should we enchant this guy or this guy?
I think we should go for the one in the air. Look, they don't have any cards in hand,
This
so
one right here.
yeah, the one ours, because they don't have anything that can play, so they can't stop us.
All attack.
Just attack with the flyer. See, that's at 8 power, and they're at 6. That should do it. Yeah, good game, man. Boom. He says that was fun while it lasted. All right, let's see what old Sparky has to say, and let's see what new cards we got. What do you say? Boom. All right, we got Confront the Assault and Tactical Advantage. We'll just...
Attack.
Oh, this is a new kind of card. Okay.
In
Sound it out.
taint.
That's pretty close. Instant. There you go.
Target blocking or blocked creature, your control gets +2/+2 into end of turn. And this one is
Confront the assault.
flying. Cast this spell only if a creature is attacking you. Create 1/3 white spirit
1/1.
creature tokens with flying.
Okay, so there's a couple of things that we should talk about here. All right, let's take a look real fast. First, what's Sparky saying? You're almost ready to take on anyone, including whoever roughed you up in the first place. For your last lesson, let's head to Tarkir to learn the art of surprise. We've been learning about the art of surprise, haven't we? All right, okay, well, let's look at the cards we just got because there's a few things to talk about here before our next game. All right, so this is a new card type, the instant. All right, and remember I said before we had these sorceries that you can only play one time?
Yeah.
But you can only play those on your turn, like in your main phases, the one right before and right after combat. Because we remember the phase. Let's go through the phases one more time, okay? So we have untap. That's where all of our stuff that's tapped comes back untapped, right? Then upkeep. So far, we haven't really talked about that. You'll know what you have to do if a card says you have an upkeep. And then we have draw. That's where we get a new card, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then we have our main phase, our first main phase. And that's where we can play cards like our lands, if we want to, or play creatures or enchantments or other spells, right?
Right.
Like a sorcery. Okay, and then we have combat when we attack with our creatures. And then we have another main phase where we can play creatures or lands or sorceries. And then it's the end of our turn. Well, what if I told you there's a card type that you could play at any time you wanted? And that's what the instant is. Okay?
These are 2 instants.
That's right. So those, anytime something happens, you can play those if you have the mana, if you have the lands available, if they're untapped. Well, let's go back to that. All right. So anytime you have 1 mana here, if say it was your opponent's turn, and you had our what's our kitty cat? That's a 1/2. The
6-wheeled cat.
Yeah. And so, let's say we're being attacked, and we have 1 white mana available, and say our opponent's creature is a big 3/3 creature. Okay, it's got 3 power and 3 toughness. Well, if we could do something tricky. Okay, we could block the 3/3 with our cat, and normally it would die. But you know what? This card says target blocking or blocked creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So if we block, the second we block with this cat, because this is an instant spell, well, now we can play it. We can give the cat a +2/+2, and then it not only will it survive, it will kill the 3/3. So this is what they call a combat trick. Okay? Now this is also a combat trick. Okay, this one costs more. This one costs 4 colorless and 1 white mana. How many is that total?
5.
That's right. So 5 cost. But you can play it at any time. It's another instant spell, and this one says, cast this spell only if a creature is attacking you. Okay, so that's exactly what it means. We can only cast that spell. Since this card says that, we can only cast this spell if we're being attacked. See what I mean about the cards changing the rules of the game? Normally we should be able to cast an instant spell anytime we want. But this one says we can only cast it if we're being attacked. But what do we get to do?
We get 1/1.
3 of them. We get 3 flying 1/1 spirits. Now, this is important because this is the first time we've seen this. It says create 3 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. And what do you guess a token is? What's a creature token? What do you think a creature token is?
Spirit, like it says.
That's right. It's a creature type spirit, okay? But this is something we haven't run into yet. This card, it makes another creature, but just like a sorcery, this card goes to our graveyard after we play it, okay? So because it makes a creature, but this card goes into the graveyard, we have something called a creature token, and that's where it's not like a card that goes into your hand or that's in your library or that goes to your graveyard. It just appears on the battlefield, and if it leaves the battlefield, you know what happens?
What?
It's just gone. It never comes back.
Like
It doesn't
like
even
when
go.
we came, when we went, when at America, once we didn't come back. We didn't come back from for a while.
Yeah. Oh, you mean when he got frozen in ice? Oh, he's not even this not even getting unthawed like Captain America will bring the spirit token back if it gets sent away. But
It'll just be gone like.
so what we need to do is just think of a token, a creature token, because you know what? Just like you can have other types of cards, you can have other types of tokens. Okay, so this card is just telling us, the Confront the Assault card is just telling us, number 1, when we can play it, and number 2, what it does, and then also telling us what type of token that it makes. Okay, so when we play this card, we'll see one of those spirit tokens show up on the battlefield. We'll have 3 of them actually. So, well, I guess we'll find out next game what that's gonna look like. Did you have fun today?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having fun playing Magic the Gathering. Yeah, it's a scary looking person we're gonna fight against next. She looks mad. Yeah. So, yeah, I am Average Zen.
And Average Kid.
And please remember to love one another.
One for another.
Yeah, be cool.
Be cool.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk.
And have fun playing Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.